Hello everyone, welcome to the Ginger Snaps here. My name is Stephen Harold, and today the movie review I'm going to be talking to you guys about is none other than Prey, released literally a few weeks ago on Hulu and Disney Plus, and is the latest film in the Predator franchise. A skilled Comanche warrior protects her tribe from a highly evolved alien predator that hunts humans for sport, fighting against wilderness, dangerous coloniers, and this mysterious creature to keep her people safe. Now, of course, when 20th Century Fox was purchased by Disney, that kind of reared some heads in a weird way. But of course, the trailer came out for Prey and had this new concept, let's go back to even further in time. This is a predecessor to the first film in a way. It was pretty much an interesting kind of topic to go with. And of course, personally for me, I mean, like when it comes to the Predator franchise, the first film is always to me like the top tier one. So watching this last weekend over at a friend's place, it was actually the first time I actually watched it. I never got to watch it when it first released, but of course, watching it, I was really, really amazed of what I was actually watching. Now, when it comes to all the things I have to talk about, that's what this video is for. So here's my spoiler-free review of Prey. When it comes to this story, it's not your prototypical Predator type movie where, you have all these assassins, or like the reboot did, like Predators or The Predator, where it's essentially, let's go back to remaking the first fucking film. This one actually goes back in time to 1719, back into the Native American days. And with this story taking place, obviously, in those kind of times, it does set up something very unique, especially with what we saw in the trailer. Of course, with the Native Americans coming across this advanced predator that can turn invisible, but they can't, they don't really know what it is. They just know it's some sort of creature, and to also have a hunter tribe coming to looking for this thing and then being hunted themselves. It's very much one of those things where it's just like, wow, this actually came up as an idea and a fresh, interesting take on what the Predator franchise could potentially become, right? And for me, when it comes to this story, it just absolutely fucking nails it in aspect of what they were going with this fucking film. Just in case if you guys wanted to know, where was this film shot? It was actually shot in Alberta, Canada. Yep, just right outside of Calgary. So, yeah, that's another one for us Canadians. But yeah, other than that, when it comes to the story, I dig it. It worked very well with this movie, and honestly, just like what a great way to actually revitalize a franchise and stick the Predator in a different setting, in a different time frame, in a different timeline, right? And it works for the movie, and I definitely give high appraisal for that. Of course, when it comes to the characters, there's not many to branch off with. I mean, we are stuck with practically our main character, Naru, played by Amber Midthunder, who does a amazing performance nonetheless. I mean, I was absolutely impressed with what she had done with this character. Of course, being that woman of a tribe who doesn't want to be just like the rest, wants to be proven as a hunter, wants to be a leader of the tribe. Honestly, it's just like it's one of those things where originally at first I thought this was like almost like a Pocahontas meets Brave in a weird aspect, in a weird way. But then of course it's its own thing, obviously, and I honestly was just more enthralled with her performance, and of course all the other characters of this movie. I mean, her brother, obviously, he does very well. Of course, this was what I heard was his first film actually, so I was like, wow, that good on you, man. When it comes to all the other characters, like the other tribe members, they kind of somewhat stand out in a weird way. Then of course there's these other characters that kind of just come out of nowhere, which I find out were French Canadians. Of course, right? But other than that, when it comes to the characters of this Tara movie, especially at a period based type of film, right? 1719, right? It all looks great, but of course, Amber Thunder or Mid Thunder, it just fucking absolutely steals the show in this whole entire movie. And of course, like just her performance alone you know, I can see her running with this. Do I see this being popular in the franchise? Like she does a sequel? I don't know. Maybe this is like a one-off kind of thing. But honestly, like this movie, she impressed the hell out of me. Now, of course, I get to talk about the Predator himself or itself. This Predator obviously looks different. Now, of course, I've been kind of looking around online and seeing a lot of people have been giving some negative feedback when it comes to the Predator's look. It doesn't look anything like the original. No shit, it doesn't look anything like the original. It's one before its time. Like, fuck, like, common sense there, guys. They all don't look the same. All the Predators aren't time travelers, for fuck's sakes. But of course, like, what do I personally think of the Predator? I think he was a lot nastier. Now, I do think there is a little bit of some amateurism when it comes to this Predator. I mean, all the Predators are kind of amateur in a weird way. Like, they're pro hunters, but are amateur in a weird way. This one feels more amateur, but more brutal. I was just immediately impressed with the makeup effects, everything, even the special effects itself. It just, you can tell this was a Predator from a time period that has advanced technology, obviously, that didn't exist in 1719. But at the same time, it's not as high tech as you saw in like the 1987 film. But other than that, when it comes to the Predator, I think this was one hell of a good take, and I was fucking impressed with this Predator. Oh boy, when it comes to the kills in this movie, the action, the brutality, the kills, this is some of the best I've seen in a Predator movie since, I don't know, the sequel or the original. Well, I guess the sequel, yeah, Predator 2. Like, man, they were just so off the wall with this one. Like, this one was really fucking good. I was immediately impressed. There's even a scene where the Predator is, standing its ground, not with a human, but with a wolf. And it was just like, fuck, oh, well, two alphas here. Let's see who can go on top. But yeah, it was just like one of those things where the brutality of this movie, the kills, everything. That scene in where the French Canadians are battling the Predator is just like, fucking, let's see what we get, But man, I was fucking impressed with all the kills, all the brutality. Like, my friends sat there and saw me just be like, oh, like, I was impressed, and they are top notch, and I cannot fucking praise this movie enough for that. Now, is there any cons with this movie? Of course, no movie's kind of perfect, right? Especially for a Predator movie. Now, I do think that when it comes to this movie, when it comes to its cons, I think there's a lot of characters that, you mainly are there to focus on, Naru and the Predator. You're only there to focus on those two. So the other characters, some might, like her brother, just come up and just, oh, hey, that's a very important character. But some of the other characters are just, you're just kind of waiting for them to die, right? So, like when it comes to certain characters, it's kind of like, you're just waiting for them to die, whatever. But, I mean, when it comes to like the story, everything like that, like any negative feedback, I think the only negative feedback I can really come back with this fucking movie is the goddamn online responses of people pretty much saying this is the best one. I understand if you guys say this is the best one. I understand that, some people have differences of opinion. But to say it blows the original out of the water, like landslide victory, like the original is nothing. Okay. That's where we have a problem because, it's just like, well, without the original, this one wouldn't have happened. Without all the other ones, this wouldn't have ever happened. And I'm just constantly getting a little sick and tired of just the negative feedback when it comes to people who are, discussing, the Predator shouldn't look like that. It fucking really? And just the negative response of like, how is she stronger? Like, fucking, it says it in the fucking movie. Like, her character even says it in the movie. She's unpredictable. That's what makes her more dangerous. Right? Like, fucking get over your fucking selves. But yeah, those are probably like my only nitpicks or problems when it comes to this movie. Oh, actually, there is one more fucking nitpick I have to say. I get that you guys have to like kind of throw some, you know, fan service in there. I did not appreciate her brother saying, "If it bleeds, we can kill it." I'm like, really? We're we're gonna do this now? Okay, I guess so. Fuck my life. When it comes to most Predator movies in this franchise, a lot of them are just kind of hit and misses. Of course, everyone always stacks the first one as, the top tier one. I do too. But this one, of course, coming in with its story, the character of Nuru, the Predator itself, the brutality of the kills, everything, the action, everything about this movie really impressed me. It's one of those movies I could definitely go and buy and add to a collection of films and watch over and over again. It's one hell of a good time. I know a lot of people have given it high appraisal. Some people call it the best one in the franchise. I'm not going to stoop to that level. But I do say it's definitely one of the best in the franchise. That's for damn sure. So, for my rating, I'm going to give Prey a 7.5 out of 10. So tell me, what you guys think of this movie? Did you guys also enjoy it as much as I did? Do you guys think it's one of the best in the franchise, or hell, the best in the franchise? Let me know in the comments down below. If you do like this video, make sure you also hit the thumbs up and also subscribe for more content. Other than that, guys, that's it for me. This has been the Ginger Snaps here. My name is Steven, and I will talk to you guys later.